He was a bad man, oh Stack O'Lee. This line, sung with a mix of fear and admiration, has echoed through American culture for over a century. It belongs to the famed Stagger Lee Blues Ballad, a song chronicling a murder that shocked St. Louis on Christmas night, 1895. The story, however, is more than just a song. It's a window into a turbulent period of American history and a reflection of enduring social tensions. The true story of Stack O'Lee, or Lee Shelton as he was known, is a journey through the underbelly of a bustling city, the power of folklore, and the enduring legacy of a single, violent act. Few figures in American folklore are as captivating and complex as Stack O'Lee. Was he a cold-blooded killer, or was he a product of his environment, driven to desperate measures by the realities of his time? To understand Stack O'Lee, we must first travel back to the streets of late 19th century St. Louis, a city grappling with rapid growth, social upheaval, and deep racial divides. It's here, amidst the saloons and gambling dens, that we find the man who would become a legend. Lee Shelton was born in 1865, just as the Civil War was ending. He entered a world still reeling from the aftershocks of slavery and struggling to define a new social order. For a young black man in a city like St. Louis, opportunity was often shadowed by prejudice and limited prospects. Shelton, like many others seeking their fortune, gravitated towards the city's bustling Chestnut Valley district. This neighborhood, known for its vibrant nightlife and lax law enforcement, offered a potent mix of entertainment and vice. Shelton, a man of imposing stature and charisma, was drawn to this world. He became a fixture in the valley's saloons and gambling halls. He was known for his sharp wit, flamboyant style, and quick temper. He was also involved in various illicit activities that offered a path to wealth and influence outside the constraints of legitimate work. He worked as a pimp, ran a gambling house, and developed a reputation as a man not to be crossed. This dangerous combination of charisma and ruthlessness would ultimately set the stage for a fateful Christmas night encounter. The night of December 25, 1895, dawned cold and festive in St. Louis. But beneath the veneer of holiday cheer, tensions simmered in the air. At the Bill Curtis Saloon, Lee Shelton, known by his street name Stack Lee, was enjoying the festivities. Among the revelers was William Billy Lyons, a man who, like Shelton, had a reputation for gambling and a quick temper. The two men knew each other and their relationship was marked by a history of animosity. Accounts of what happened that night vary. Some say it was an argument over a gambling debt. Others claim it stemmed from a dispute over a hat. Whatever the spark, the confrontation quickly escalated. In a moment of rage, Shelton drew his .45 caliber Smith & Wesson revolver and fired a single fatal shot. Billy Lyons slumped to the floor, instantly ending the Christmas celebration and forever altering the course of Shelton's life. News of the shooting spread like wildfire through St. Louis. The murder on Christmas night, a time typically associated with peace and goodwill, sent shockwaves through the city. The police, already familiar with Stack Lee's reputation, moved swiftly to apprehend him. He was arrested and charged with murder. The trial that followed was a media sensation, captivating the city and exposing the underbelly of St. Louis life. The prosecution presented Shelton as a ruthless killer who gunned down Lyons in cold blood. The defense argued that Shelton acted in self-defense, claiming Lyons had threatened him with a knife. The jury, however, was unconvinced by Shelton's claim of self-defense. He was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years in the Missouri State Penitentiary. Despite his conviction, the legend of Stack Lee was only just beginning. Section 5. A song begins to spread. Even as Shelton languished in prison, his story began to take on a life of its own. Word of the shooting, embellished with each retelling, spread throughout the city's saloons and gambling dens. The tale found a natural home in the nascent genre of blues music, which often dealt with themes of violence, hardship, and social injustice. By the turn of the century, the story of Stack Lee's crime had been immortalized in Stack O'Lee, a folk song that would become a cornerstone of American music. The earliest versions of the song were likely work songs or field hollers, passed down orally among black communities in the South. These early versions often depicted Shelton as a larger-than-life figure, a bad man who defied social norms and took what he wanted by force. The song served as a cautionary tale, a warning about the dangers of vice and violence, but it also contained a subtle undercurrent of admiration for Shelton's defiance. Section 6. From Blues to Rock and Roll. As the 20th century progressed, the Stack O'Lea song migrated north with the Great Migration. It was picked up and transformed by blues legends like Mississippi John Hurt, who recorded a chilling version in 1928. Hurt's rendition, with its haunting guitar and mournful vocals, introduced the song to a wider audience and cemented its place in the blues canon. Over the decades, Stack O'Lea would be reinterpreted and reinvented by countless artists across a diverse array of genres. From the gospel-infused version by the sensational Nightingales to the rockabilly swagger of Carl Perkins's rendition, the song proved remarkably adaptable. Each artist imbued the tale with their own style and perspective, reflecting the evolving social and musical landscape of America. The song's popularity reached new heights in the 1950s with Lloyd Price's sanitized, radio-friendly version, which topped the charts and introduced Stagger Lee to a new generation. Section 7. Stack O'Lea, folk hero or villain? The enduring appeal of the Stack O'Lea legend lies in its ambiguity. Was Stack Lee a cold-blooded killer who deserved his fate? Or was he a product of his environment, a man driven to desperate measures by the limited opportunities available to black men in the Jim Crow South? The answer, like the man himself, is complex and multifaceted. To some, Stack Lee became a folk hero, a symbol of resistance against oppression. His defiance of authority, even if expressed through violence, resonated with those who faced discrimination and injustice. His story served as a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, individuals could fight back. However, to others, Stack Lee remained a cautionary figure, a reminder of the destructive cycle of violence and despair. Section 8. Reflections in a Shattered Mirror. The story of Stack O'Lea is ultimately a tragedy. It's a story of poverty, racism, and the corrosive effects of violence. It's also a reflection of the power of folklore and how stories, even those rooted in darkness, can evolve and resonate across generations. More than a century after that fateful Christmas night, the legend of Stack O'Lea continues to fascinate and provoke. It compels us to confront difficult questions about race, class, and violence in America. How did a single act of violence transform a man into a myth? What does the enduring power of the Stack O'Lea legend say about the American psyche? These are questions that continue to challenge and intrigue scholars, artists, and cultural critics alike. The story of Stack O'Lea is a reminder that the past is never truly past. Its echoes continue to reverberate in our present, urging us to grapple with the complexities of our history and the enduring legacies of social injustice. Section 9. The Legend Endures. The Stagger Lee song in all its various forms serves as a stark reminder of the power of storytelling. It's a testament to the enduring human fascination with tales of transgression, revenge, and the struggle for power. The story of Stack O'Lea continues to inspire new interpretations and artistic expressions. It has been featured in novels, plays, and films, ensuring that the legend remains alive and relevant for contemporary audiences. The legend of Stack O'Lea may be rooted in a specific time and place, but its themes of violence, redemption, and the search for identity transcend any single era. It's a story that will likely continue to be told and retold, debated and dissected for generations to come. And each retelling will offer new insights into the enduring power of myth and the complexities of the human experience.